Hi guys, welcome to Aielead Podcast. This podcast aims to empower young leaders to drive a positive change and embrace the diversity through leadership development. And if you are the people who believe yourself that you can change the society around you, this podcast is your answer because we will invite a guest speaker from our organization to suggest you how to be the better leader and suggest you the opportunity to be the leader. And I am Piak. Today I will be the guest of this episode, and here is our guest speaker. Yay!
Sawadee krab. Hello everyone. So my name is Min. Right now I'm currently working as the member committee president or the national director of Aielead in Thailand.
Yay! So we are so excited to have Pimin today because you are an member committee president of Aielead in Thailand. So the position name is so long. Do you have an abbreviation?
Actually, the abbreviation we are usually called as MCP.
Yes, here is Pimin MCP นะคะ Yeah, and could I ask you that is MCP is the highest position of Aielead in Thailand?
I would say that it a really great power, and of course it comes with great responsibility as well. So in terms of implementations, the ideas, the plannings, to the core product that we are running, so we can also consider that MCP is the biggest role. However, we also have the board that monitor and also give us the advice, and that is called BOA or Board of Association, which we have highly qualified alumni giving the advice and directions in long term to Aielead in Thailand.
Oh, so there is higher position. So this organization is so great, yeah. And could I ask you about general question that how have you been in your last Christmas?
Yeah, actually I have been really amazing because I got myself to do something that I have never get exposed to before. And one of the things that I just would like to recap is just I have a great time watching movies, and it's called Last Christmas. I'm not really sure whether you have heard of this movie before.
Last Christmas?
Yeah, Last Christmas.
I heard it, but I think it is song by one.
Yeah, actually it's a movie is that a woman was diagnosed that she is going to die in 3 weeks. So she kind of okay, for the rest of her 3 weeks, how are she going to do? So she do whatever she wants, live her life and not regret if she leave the world. So I think it's a very good message for us to live our life as well.
Yeah, so so interesting because I think that this movie can cheer me up when I have a bad day.
Exactly, because we have no idea that how long as a human being can live, right? Maybe you live today, but in the future you will never know what will happen to you. So just do the best and seize the moment. So give it every day. Give it more than 100% in every day that you are living.
Okay, I will list this movie down in my movie list on my Netflix.
Thank you. That's a really nice one, yeah.
Okay, here is movie recommendation from Pimin. And before beginning, can I ask you another question?
Yeah, sure.
Why you decide to join this podcast as our guest speaker? Because it is our first episode and it is really new for us.
Wow. I think it's a really good start for me on behalf of the national director to speak up and also share what Aielead in Thailand is doing and what kind of the contribution that we are delivering to the society. And I see that their LCVP, which is the Vice President Marketing of Aielead in Kasesat, is really passionate about doing podcasts, amplify the voices to the external or to non-Aieleader. And I think that's really valuable things to be a part of.
So we as marketing team of LCKU, we are really appreciate for your coming.
Thank you so much. I also appreciate it and honored to be here.
Yeah, we are so glad. Yeah. So we know some part of our guest speaker, so let's dig deep into it. So here is the first part of our interview. Yeah, as I mentioned, Aielead, our organization before, this part will let you explore the answer, yeah, what is it? So, okay, about our organization that Isaac, yeah, what is it?
Okay, so I think this one is really important questions. So basically, ISEC is a global youth-run, not-for-profit organization and non-partisan as well. So what we are doing in this organization is we give the youth an autonomy and a platform to create the cross-cultural understanding through contributing to the exchange, because we believe that exchange will contribute to the cross-cultural understanding, and by that being said, we make the leader to the society equipped with that essence, and we believe that at the end of the day, the people who engage with ISEC will be the people who value peace and fulfillment of humankind potential, and that's what we are striving for in ISEC. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your answer is really interesting because I heard the word like peace and how exchange program create and peace. Yeah.
Okay, nice question. So basically, why exchange needs to exist in Thailand, right? And how exchange contribute to peace. I think first of all, we have to reflect about the reality that we are facing or encountering in nowadays. We have to admit that even sometimes the war might not explicitly exist in Thailand, right? But how many of the people acknowledge that in the south of Thailand, in maybe so many past, years, we used to have like a violence or terrorist that happening in the south or southern border of Thailand. And even now, we don't have that kind of scenario anymore. But we also have some misunderstanding or misconception, like stereotype that like for example, Thai people have the misconception to one another from different countries, or other country also have misconception about Thai people, about how we live, about how we dress, about how we, been, cultivated. So I think by doing exchange, we'll give you the reality of the people, we'll widen perspectives, and we correct like what is actually, the scenario is. For example, I used to talk with so many friends, and they are like, just still believe that we are riding the, elephants to the school.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that, right? But when it comes to Thailand, they will be surprised, or maybe they will feel like, whoa, it's not what I think in the first place, right? We have like transportations, we have a lot of things, we have, so I think that also the value of the exchange as well. So basically, ISEC, we have OGV and IGV right now. So OGV is outgoing global volunteer. So we send the leads or the people who interest to do voluntary project based on SDG to another country for 6 weeks. And we also have IGV. So IGV stands for Incoming Global Volunteer. So we kind of like get people international, different countries to do, teaching English to the, Thai schools for 6 weeks. And that's what we are doing. Also, we have internship as well. Yes.
So you mean like exchange program that can lessen the stereotype? Yeah, I think the stereotype that we face like very often, because like riding elephant, everyone like believes that Thai people are like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just about the surface misconceptions, but I think there are something more important for us to take a look into. For example, I think elephant case might be a very, funny thing, right? But in reality, when we talk about the people coming from a particular country, in one way or another, we might perceive that person negatively or judge that person already with the perception that we had in the first place, where we have no idea that where does it coming from, for example. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes the misconceptions or the stereotype we had can lead to the situation where we not strive for peace, right? So by having the well-rounded and understand people differences, I think that's the starting point of how we can leverage living diversity essence.
Okay, it was like small point and to be like the big point, yeah, and
exactly.
It can be like the big conflict in the future that
exactly.
In Thai we also have like idiom like น้ำผึ้งหยดเดียว yeah, like the honey and
exactly.
that, yeah.
So just one point of information that I want to raise, right? Because like in any country, we have our own culture, we have our own belief, etiquette, a lot of norms that we have and occupy in our country. And we perceive that things or that morals might be right. Like it is right, let's say for Thai people, that you have to comply with this or else you are not good. For example, we have a lot of seniorities, kind of like the way we really respect to the people's like elderly, for example. And it also affects when it comes to the culture of the workplace, for example. How should Thai people behave in the workplace? But when it comes to different culture or different country, they also occupy the different kind of mindset and different kind of the norms. But we cannot kind of like stick that what we believe, what we have is the only thing that is right. So by doing exchange, you will get to know the differences in terms of the culture, belief, people, and empathize those differences even more. I think that's really interesting to look into, and I really wish those who are hesitating to go exchange, just fucking go. Just fucking do it.
Just fucking go, yeah.
Just fucking do it. Yeah, it's once in a lifetime. Because when you go into a corporate, you have no idea when that you are going to be available to do this kind of passionate and impactful things to the world.
Oh, okay. Just fucking go and you can make a piece to our world and our global.
Exactly. Just one point of information once again. So when it comes to building peace, right? A lot of people will perceive that is a very, very, prestigious, of course. It's very huge responsibilities, right? But actually peace, in our definition, is not just about the war itself, right? You not go exchange and you stop the war. I think it's impossible for this scenario, right? What we are doing, we are building the peace within ourselves, because when it comes to the people in nowadays, sometimes we have the internal conflicts where we don't understand ourselves. We don't understand the people that we work with, right? We don't empathize people, and the conflict itself is not peace, right? So having peace is starting from yourself, understand each other's. I think that's the start of everything, and we are striving for that as the small steps and in order to achieve the bigger picture of the peace.
Yeah, so it is about inner self development. Yeah, because I've often heard of internal conflict in graduated students.
Yeah, exactly.
When they finish their study or university life, they don't know that what their future look like.
Yeah, and one of the most questions that I got is are Isaac, is striving for peace, and how about the war that exists in the world? What is the role of Isaac in being a part of that? So basically, I also curious about this stand as well. But actually just reflect back, and I just want to kind of explain this one and tell everybody that what we are doing is a long-term vision. We are building the leaders, because in the world we have so many leaders, right? But what kind of leaders that we are building? So we are building leaders equipped with cross-cultural understanding. So let's imagine that those who, the people that equipped with cross-cultural understanding, when they grow up, or when they become someone that can contribute something back to the society, there will be the people that contribute peace and even bigger impact to the society as a long-term things.
Yes, because they have cross-cultural understanding.
Exactly, and let's imagine in contrary, if there's a leader that doesn't equip with this mindset, they're very judgmental, for example, very dictator, for example. What kind of leadership that we are going to have in our world? What kind of the scenario that will happen in our world? I think it's very, very explicit kind of example that we can see, right? Because sometimes when it comes to leader, doesn't mean every leaders is the right leaders, right? So I think that's very good things of doing exchange and get exposed to exchange.
Yeah, okay, like you said, that just fucking go to understand the global, understand the world.
And understand yourself, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it is very amazing, and I want to join the volunteer.
Okay, let's do contract after this.
At first, I didn't interesting because I didn't confidence with myself. Yeah.
Exactly. And that is how exchange can shape you, right? To be the person that, improve yourself, right? Like, for example, you have no idea about can you socialize with other people? Can you be able to speak up or like teach the children, get out of the comfort zone, making new friends? And sometimes when you're going there, it's kind of like a forcing or like a reinforcement that you have to kind of like, I gotta do this because I have no options. And I think it's a really, fascinating way to improve and reinvent someone's self.
Oh, so we can really like build a great impact. Start by ourselves.
Exactly, right.
Yes, okay. So after we finish the first question, and I have recapped your answer, your speech, like impact like can start by ourselves. So could you tell us about your experience in Isaac? Yeah, before from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay. So, long story short, I have been being an ISECer for almost 3 years. Actually, it's very short for the national director roles because most of my friends spend like 5 years, 6 years, but they have a really stable and very strong, foundations of, operational knowledge. However, I think for me, I started my journey as a member of the product innovation function. That time it was COVID-19 era, so we could not do exchange. We can do like only initiatives, which is focused on online activities. And after that, I become the team leader. So being the team leader, I got myself to initiated the project, which is educational project called 5-in-1 Open House. It's like exoplanet. Yeah, so it's like the concept is like you gather the university students from 5 universities, which is the strong, unique point of ISEC we have in 5 universities. So it's easy for us to kind of like approach those students and then invite the students, the delegates from across Thailand to be participated in this program for them to understand what kind of the feeling of study in a particular faculty like, and also get the direct advice or the person who studied there sharing experience like an open house, because we cannot do open house on site, right? So we just like, okay, just make the online versions for them and merge 5 universities in one. Yeah, so that's the project. After that, I double step to be the president of ISEC in Thammasat. Yeah, so I learned a lot from that positions because I mess up a lot as a leader. I have no idea what the good leader should be. So I do a lot of things that might consider as good in the past, but I think that's a learning curve that everyone learning from, being in that journey. And after that, I become MCVP. So MC, when it comes to MC, is not master ceremony, okay? So it's about member committee. So it has something to do with the national, levels management. So I become MCVP, vice president. OGX. So OGX is outgoing global exchange. So we send interns and also send the volunteer abroad. Yeah, on behalf of Thailand. And after that, I become MCP, so the national director. Yeah, so that is my kind of like the journey that I got into.
So you are just a member in COVID-19 era, and you are like the project innovation, like product. What product is?
The product actually as a member, right? So that product was called Dare to Dream. So it's kind of like online educational training for the students in high schools. Yeah. So we offer like soft skill and entrepreneurship skills training course to the students online in that time.
They asked you that what soft skill at that time that we have to have in COVID-19 era.
Actually, when it comes to soft skills, it has so many skills under it. But I think in that time we are training them how to kind of like think critically, how to communicate, how to empathize. I would say like problem solving, something like that. Because most of the curriculum that have been embedded in the schools will definitely focusing on like hard skills, like mathematics, science, social studies, the histories, something like that, right? But in terms of the soft skill, you got it from, working, right? For us, like we getting from learning and doing. Like for example, we have no idea how to negotiate, We have no idea how to do like a good communications in the company. But we learn that from doing good and doing bad and adjust ourselves. But this kind of courses had not really publicly trained, right? So I think that's something that we need right now and need in that time as well, because when it comes to COVID-19, people they lack a lot of like social interactions, right? Yeah, they're just like stick with their iPads and searching. I don't know whether that time we have TikTok already, but right? I think we just like scroll down, scroll up, and watching somebody dance all the time. So they're like how to interact with people, and maybe they're like kind of like soft skill because they not even have a chance to talk with so many people, I would say, and including other aspect of the soft skill as well that have been frozen in COVID.
I agree that because I am one of who like spend many time to social media, and I don't know like how to start a conversation to other. Yeah, because I spend my time with myself a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but now after COVID-19, we seriously implement exchange as we can resume the exchange, right? So now it's getting back to the core product that we are doing, which is exchange. Yeah.
It was like after new normal. Yeah. And back to the basic life. Yeah.
The core product, the basic things that we are doing and what we are believing. Yes.
But that time everyone like have to wear a mask.
Yeah. I can imagine that. Yeah.
Yeah, but our organization that ISEC like realized that exchange program can help us to improve the soft skill, right?
Yeah, actually, exchange can leverage all the skills as a human being, right? Because you go there, you have to have soft skills, you gotta have some hard skills equipped it, and it's not just about skills based, but also the mindset of the people rather. I think that's the essence of doing exchange.
So is it same as like work and travel program? Yeah.
Actually, there are so many interesting projects that we can explore, right? And I think each of the projects that having in our world or in Thailand, I think they have like different unique selling point. Like for ISEC ourselves, what we provide is we provide voluntary, if we're talking about the GV, right? And it has something to do with the Sustainable Development Goal from the UN, right? So we comply with that. And it's a very big goal that we want to achieve by the end of 2030, right? And by that being said, we do purposeful, voluntary project with 6 weeks. And not just only that, ISEC has 106 countries, right, in our association. So we have a very big, market. We have a really big opportunity pools for them to be able to pick which country that they want to, get exposed to. For example, personally, I am really interested in the project in Africa, right? Because do you ever imagine like you yourself working in Africa? Maybe no. I think a lot of the people will like, okay, I will work in Thai, maybe get some into the famous or top ranked consultant company, consult, for example, or corporate, or like any companies, right? Or maybe going to the, governmental sector, for example. So when we imagine ourselves working or, very far, I think we feel like it's very disconnect or like it's impossible things. But ISEC allow us to be that people, to be able to go there with just 6 weeks and with the strong support of the international relation that we have as an association in ISEC.
So we can see like another aspect in the world. If we go to work and travel in like USA, we will see like globalization, civilization, but we didn't see the real problem and the diversity in our world. So our club can provide us this opportunity.
I think let's focus on what we are doing, because I don't want to mention like, we better, blah, blah, blah. But as I mentioned that we have a unique, right? It depends on what kind of the people or what kind of the persona that interest, right? Like, for example, if you're interested in social impact contribution, then you go ISEC, for example. But in one way or another, we contribute something to the society in different way, right? So I think that's the essence of that. Just one point of information that I would like to raise is that sometimes going exchange is not just about cross-cultural understanding. Of course, you will get that for sure. But in terms of like cross-cultural understanding, we also see the differences in terms of the problem in the society. Let's say that in Thailand, we might have been heard about, okay, we in Thailand, the student lack the accessibility in terms of the effective educational system, for example, or maybe they might not be able to kind of like get into a really, I don't know, what shall we say, clean water, for example, in some provinces or something like that. But mainly, I think Thailand faced a lot of problem, right? But to highlight it, maybe education. But we have no idea when it comes to different countries. They might face about the SDG number 1, about the poverty, or maybe gender equality that need to be advocated even more to raise the awareness to the people. So we kind of like see the different issues from different angle of the world. I think that's another interesting point that we deliver to the people who join program.
So because of like the value of Isaac, you continue your journey. Yeah, so you are like, what's the role again? Like a team leader? Yeah.
There's many roles, yeah.
And you say that you ran the project like exoplanet. Yeah. Could you explain more about this project?
So I think, as I mentioned, right, is the time that we cannot do open house, because personally I was born and raised in Aielead City, so it's a southern border province, right? So I can associate myself in the situation where people demotivate themselves from the educations. They don't have the hope to improve themselves. And when it comes to the opportunities, accessibilities, of course, those people from far away provinces or area could not be able to access or get even to know the opportunity. So I think that is the gap that we are having. Everything in Thailand is kind of centralized in Bangkok or in this area, right? In this area, we know a lot of case competitions, a lot of opportunities, a lot of exchange, a lot of self-improvement programs. But if you are there, you have no idea about these things at all. And I think when it comes to the COVID-19, what my inner compass telling me is that, okay, Min, you are the people from that area. Will you do something back to contribute back to your hometown or society, for example? But yeah, even though I know right now that it's not just about my province or the hometown that I was born and raised, right? A lot of people face similar issues, right? And by that being said, I just want to give the opportunities to access to the people, especially when it comes to a very critical life decision making, where you have to choose which university that you are going to study, discover yourself, which faculty match with your interest. But without on-site, work, open house, how could you know that, right? Especially online, you have no idea to get access. And a lot of people, and also my friends, they have to like take the gap year during the COVID-19. Or even my juniors also take the gap year because they have no direction in life due to the lack of information.
Yes, because they didn't know themselves enough.
Exactly. And ISEC provide a platform for youth who have the power or the passions to do the things that can solve or tackle the social issues. And at the same time, we also like checking the people who already have the privilege to be aware that, hey, bro, this is what we are facing in our world. So that's what we do.
Wow. And could I ask you that how many participants that joined the exoplanet at that time?
I think it was a really good start for me. By that time I have no idea. Coming from liberal arts students, imagine liberal arts students study English, like language interpreter, and you have to work like project manager. You have to initiate the project together with your team, doing BD, doing marketing, all the stuff that you have to manage. So I think it's a very good start. I think, as I can recall, it reached around 300. 300, and it's really impactful for me because it's the first so-called project that we initiated with the team. And what is really impactful things, aside from the project that you established with the team, is that the people that you get. And that is the essence of ISEC as well. Of course, we strive for peace, but what we also get on behalf of ISECer that contributes something to the society is that you get the shared value people in this network. You have no idea when you graduated, how many people that you touched their heart, how many people that you have been connected in their personal or professional life. And once you realize, you will see that this is a fucking amazing, network that you can have. And all of my people, I think not all, let's say 95% convert to be my real life, friendship that's still going out, hanging out, even nowadays. So I think that's really impactful because I love people. I do for people. And of course, I have to do something for myself for sure. But seeing the impact that people get and reinvent themselves, it's more than impactful to me.
A very amazing journey in your real life that you got many friends from this organization. Have you ever exchanged the perspective or take a deep conversation with them?
When it comes to the leadership roles, you get across working with so many people equipped with diverse perspective, mindset, way of thinking, behavior, perceptions, way of communications, is very diverse. So you have to think as a leader, how can you bring the best on the table? Because as a leader, you're not like, oh, I'm the best one. I will tell everything. You're just the listener, right? I will make everything happen on my own. You just take this job and get it done, for example. And that's not the way we do as a leader. But we have to kind of personalize and customize and see and step back, what kind of, what is the root cause of a particular things? Why they have to come up with this idea? Is there any shared background that they had in the past, for example? So we kind of see the people in different aspects. We know how to communicate people with the way that people will prefer to hear. And at the same time, it will accelerate the work performance, at the same time and not demotivate that people. Because we have to admit sometimes people, as a leader, speak too honest. Sometimes it might not work for A person. But if you speak to B, they might prefer speaking directly rather than indirect way. So I think I learned a lot about how to interact with people, how to manage, and how to perceive and understand the way of human livings.
Isaac is the place that provides you many lessons, many experience, to be you today.
To be me. Really a lot of good times and also challenging time as it always provide to everyone, right?
So you was an LCP of LCTU as well. Thammasat University. That university is so big for me.
It's very huge, in Rangsit campus. And we have the students from two different campus, which are in Rangsit 1 and Thapachart 1. So imagine how challenging it was back then to communicate it and, synchronize people to be united and work and, be on the same page, let's say. I think that's challenging for me.
You have to communicate it with your team in Thammasat University as well, but at the same time, you have to be representative of this university.
Exactly, because Isaac in Thailand, we have 5 universities, right? We have Assumption, Bangkok, Jula, Kasет, and Thammasat University. For Thammasat University, it has been established for 58 years. So it has been established since 1966 by Dr. Poi Eung Pakon. So that's how it established. So for me, LCP, President of Thammasat, is the most exponential learning curve I got after finish the term. Not during the term that I learned, but after the term I realized that, I just fuck up leader.
Fuck up leader,
fuck up leader.
Fuck anything.
You do a lot of
you did.
wrong shit, and that's make me to feel okay, I'm such a really not decent leader that time, So keep growing. Even this time, I'm not claim myself as a good leader yet because I just like improve like gradually as a human being, as a leader as well.
So your journey is really long until you are like MCP today, and this time you were here to be our guest speaker who gives us like motivation and give us some suggestion, like encouragement to encourage everyone to be the leader, like improve themselves and improve the society. Yeah. So we are really appreciate again for your coming.
Yeah, it has been very nice for me talking with you guys and also the audience there. I hope you are watching right now and share this video to other people, the loved ones, okay? If you have, for your information.
So after we know Pimin, let's have some fun because after we like get into like the serious part, let be nonsense. Yeah. Yeah. And our game is this or that. Yeah. Do you know this game?
Yeah, I come across this game. I think I memorized how to play this game.
Yeah. And our choice is about landmark. Yeah. Across the world. Because our organization is related to exchange program and cross culture. So landmarks is the best choice for this game and this episode.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Okay, so let's get started. Yay. Okay, for the first question. Yeah.
Okay.
Pisa Tower or Venice?
Venice?
Venice or Louvre Museum?
Venice.
Venice or Colosseum?
Venice.
Venice or Eiffel Tower?
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower or Pyramid of Giza?
I have been there once, so really nice. Pyramid of Giza.
Yeah. Pyramid of Giza or Fuji Mountain?
Okay, let's travel to Asia Pacific. Fuji Mountain then.
Okay, and Fuji Mountain or Great Wall of China?
I've been to China once, so I really, but I have never visited there yet, so Great Wall of China, yeah.
Yeah. Great Wall of China or Big Ben?
Big Ben.
Wow. Big Ben or Wat Arun?
Oh, Wat Arun for sure. No bias.
No bias?
No bias.
Really?
No, not really. No, I think it's really amazing, yeah, for Wat Arun.
Yeah, why is it amazing?
I think one of the reasons that I can tell, like honestly, I feel like when it comes to at night, Wat Arun will be a really amazing and unexpected view that you can expect from. So basically at night, there is like the Chao Phraya riverside, right, which is like located nearby Wat Arun. And at night, you know, the Wat Arun or the temple will turn on the lights and it reflected, you know, with the surface of the water. And you know, imagine you being on the cruise or you being, you know, in the restaurant nearby, seeing that views. I think it's really give you a very unique, you know, experience. And also at the same time, it also blend with the kind of like Thai, you know, cultural, you know, aspects because it's a temple, right? So I think that's very archaic and very memorable kind of like arts when it comes to temple in Thai.
Yeah, and for the Wat Arun, I saw some news on Facebook that Young Hee dolls from Squid Game.
Yeah, I think that's very fascinating and yeah, it is very popular, right? Very eye attract, you know.
Yeah, and in Thai we call Gogoa.
Gogoa, yeah, right.
Yeah, so like we choose Wat Arun because we are Thai.
We are so biased, right?
Yeah.
So of course, if you want to explore, I would not say that this is going to be our finalized answer. You know, you never know about this thing because your experience is based on your preference actually. But I just want to give the message that you never know until you explore it yourself. I think that's the way that you should come to Thailand and maybe DM direct message to Isaac in Kasetsat University. Yeah, I think that would be a really nice one.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning us. So can I ask you like the last question? Yeah, before we go there, if we have no, if you have next time to go to Waterun, who you want to go with? Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a very personal question, but I will answer those questions. I would love to bring my family. Wow, you didn't expect that, I know, right? Actually, it's coming to my graduation ceremony, so it will take place in February. So I just want to kind of like have a family trip or like have a time with my family because that's what I prioritize as my first priority. Second, then by myself. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for your question. So we know like Pimin deeply from your question and from this game as well. Yeah. And before we leave, do you have like any quote to our listener?
Okay, I think just I don't know whether it's cliche or not, but just give this out to the people out there that listening this podcast. I would say that there's a lot of like frustrations going on within ourselves or like surrounding us, or maybe something that we're not really confident to do. A lot of fear these days when it comes to youth, right? So I just want them to be seize the moment because you never know when that you will leave again. You never know like what will happen to you tomorrow. So the future depends on what we do in the present. So just fucking do it, what you believed. I think that's the message. Because at the end of the day, nobody's care. Yeah. You just have to care yourself and what you believe in. I think that's the value of being human, where we can contribute. Yeah.
Yes. Also, I really thank you for your coming because of your answer. Like it helps us and provide us to see the world and the global in every aspect more, and we like understand everyone more in cross-cultural aspect as well. Yeah. So really thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Stay tuned for next episode.
Yeah, next episode. So please follow Isaac in Thailand Instagram and Isaac Kasesat Instagram. Yeah. To watch next episode. So this is the ending of today. Like, thank you and bye bye.
Bye bye.